Hey,
Oh,
Myron, what's
hold on.
I like the hair.
What's going on?
Nothing too much, exhausted after work, but hey,
Yeah.
it's a living.
How's work going, man?
Eh, not the most fun job in the world, shoot job for those that don't know, I'm a counselor and job I have now, don't really get to do a lot of that hands-on counseling, but hey, there's always another opportunity out there. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the truth, man. Folks, if you haven't garnered already, this is Shoots Fired, your favorite live to tape indie wrestling talk show. I am joined by C Nick, the
hey
general
everyone,
manager of One Fall Wrestling. How you doing tonight, man?
one fall. Yes, I'm doing great, man. Slight headache, but hey, shoot, we got this.
Yeah, yeah. So you got another big round of the tournament booked for y'all, right?
Yes. Friday, November 16th at the Chip Smith Performance Center in Norcross, Georgia. Gonna see the seventh finalists with an eighth that's gonna be added. But can that eighth make it through on Friday, November 16th?
Mm,
No.
anticipation.
Exactly.
Um, I noticed the duress on your face when you booked that whole nasty man match.
Yeah. He has the heart, but he's going against QT Marshall.
A professional's professional.
Right. And it's kind of like throwing a fish out there with sharks. That's how I felt. And it's like, oh, do I do this to him? Do I not? But he wanted it. I gave it to him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's going to be a hell of a it's going to be a hell of a thing for him. It's a make or
definitely.
break.
Nasty's pissed off, and a pissed off Nasty man I don't want to mess with. So we're gonna see
I
what
like him.
happens.
I like him better when y'all call him Nasty Leroy. When y'all say Nasty Man, it's like Candy Man, and that's that horror movie that scared me so much. It's kind of
It's
intimidating.
it's the QT that's sticking with me there on that one.
Okay. Before we get any further, I wanted to give you a shout out for the job you did uh, at the show where your announcer passed out,
Oh
and you
yes.
hopped up in the ring and you took control. I had to leave because I was also not feeling very well, and I had two horrible children with my two horrible children. Um, and so I had to get up and leave. So I didn't get to watch, but you had got in the ring and you took charge. You got on the mic and you took the whole show over, and you did a great job, man.
Oh, thank you so much. That means the world.
Yes, yes.
It's it's one of those things like one of your team members is down, you got to pick up the ball, run with it, and make the show happen.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, she was okay and doing all right backstage. Um, Lesson learned here for those that don't hydrate, please hydrate, get sleep, eat. And
Yes.
when you have a person like me in your ear saying, hey, you might want to go to the back, take it easy, please listen. you know,
Yeah, it was quite scary. She went down like
oh, yeah,
a bag of potatoes,
right.
and
Jeez.
I was quite worried. I was on the front row of that, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
like, not part of the show, folks.
but the last show I went to at One Fall was the best show in my opinion y'all have had so
Ooh,
far.
thank you. I love that. And that's feedback we've been getting a lot for that show. And I'm going to tell you this. The bar's been set high, but we're going to jump way over that bar.
Well,
November
y'all keep
16th.
bringing in amazing talent.
Oh, shout out to QT Marshall, Ray Lloyd Glacier for that. They're doing a phenomenal job at One Fall Power Factory, our training school. And right now, for those out there, you can sign up for the school. Really polish polish your skill, learn. It's all are welcome. Um, you'll get a first class education on the business there.
But you're not studying. You're not studying being a wrestler. You're studying other aspects of the business, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my this right hip won't let me be a wrestler, but I
All of my joints won't let me be a
oh
wrestler.
see we're in a club there. The bump cards are filled, but
Yes.
for um for me I'm there learning managing, trying to get more involved with commentating and really just more polishing my behind the scenes when it comes to booking.
Mhm.
And I get to learn from QT, and hell, that's amazing.
Yeah,
It's a
I have
blessing.
I have watched him teach, and I
Nice.
can't go on enough about how impressive it is just to watch him because he's so wise. It sounds too easy a word for the situation, but he is incredibly wise. He gives
Oh
in
yeah.
there and he gives them knowledge, but he doesn't come off as somebody who's pushing something. He just
You're right.
and I'm not in the wrestling business. I'm just somebody who talks about wrestling. But just watching him teach was very impressive because I've seen teachers of all subjects over the years, and
Oh yeah.
that man has a profound understanding about how to relay information to individuals. So,
Absolutely. He translates it well, works with you until you get it right.
mhm.
Um, and then for most part, everyone there is there to help uplift one another. Like if someone's having kind of a rough day, something's not working out, we pick each other up. And
Mhm.
that's how it should be at a training facility or anything,
Yeah.
because you're trying to learn the business and do the best you can within it.
Mhm.
And QT's good about that. And shout out to him. He's God's gift.
Yes, God's gift. And one thing I'll tell you about QT students is they are able to talk in a way and represent themselves in an
Yes.
interview or a show or anything you do with them. They can do it positively and they can talk and they can handle the situation.
Right.
They're not just I know like that. They can talk and they get a certain confidence and a
They don't
certain
speak millennial. Okay.
no, they do not speak millennial, which is hard considering almost everyone speaks it now. But
Right.
for an old guy like me, I'm amazed by the students. Like if these people were applying for a job with me,
Right.
I would at my shoot job, I would be impressed with the way they handle themselves. And I think that's something that he teaches you really can't quantify, you know?
Right. And that speaks volumes about him as a trainer and just, our students. I'm gonna keep putting them over because they are some of the best. And we don't just take anybody. We have anyone, we try to make them, up their game, make them good. My biggest thing, if I'm looking for people to book or I'm still connected, getting people booked for other shows, is how they speak, their backstage reputation. Because the talent can always be there in potential, but if you had the wrong attitude, you don't know how to speak when you're looking for bookings, then I'm not dealing with you
Well,
because
looking for
I'm putting my
bookings is
name on
like
the line.
applying for jobs, right?
Right.
Very similar.
Absolutely.
And you
I've
get
had
a lot of people message
Mhm.
y'all to get that set up.
Oh yeah. It's I had people message me that there aren't one false students, but they'll message me saying, "Hey yo, yeah, this is exactly how it starts. Hey yo, you had this person on your show. What about bringing me in?" That's an absolute immediate no. So it's like, when you come at me like you're some kind of mob boss, it's not gonna work. So if you approach me and say, hello, you don't even have to call me sir because I don't really want to accept that yet because I'm not that old, but I am. But just say something along the lines. I noticed your show. I would love to be a part of it. Et cetera, et cetera, something like that.
Mhm.
That'd be kind of a nice introduction and let me know about your experience, things like that. If you come off kind of arrogant or you already have a horrible, horrendous backstage reputation, I'm avoiding you like the plague.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Well, this has already snowballed, and your training has snowballed into a lot of opportunities for you lately. I've been seeing you
Oh, yeah,
booked on more and more shows.
absolutely. It's it's still strange now that you bring it up. It's still kind of weird for me here in Georgia, but I digress. It's Georgia. Um, I love the opportunities I'm getting. I'm really blessed. Bandit Wrestling in Knoxville, learning a lot from Kevin Cordell being there. Devin Driscoll, shout out to them. Great first class education of business with them as well. From there, Kapow Wrestling, Donovan Daniels, Nick Crisp, awesome human beings. Both those places, positive, great locker rooms, great talent. Um, all united for one cause, putting the best show ever.
Mhm.
And where else have I been? Oh, I got Revive Pro Wrestling coming up where I'll be managing someone against good old Hurricane Helms.
Hurricane Helms, you'll be managing
Yeah.
against him.
Yep.
Wow.
And we're gonna stop that hurricane. That's just a light drizzle on our way to the championship. Just
Yes.
saying.
So I saw you were working with Total Aggression Pro Wrestling.
Yes, I love the opportunity there. That's actually where I did my first ring announcing gig.
Uh-huh.
Nervous as hell. Um, I got out there and I just kind of, for me, I had to turn on a switch because Scenic is very much who I am in real life.
Uh-huh.
Kind of that reserved, quiet, introvert person. So I had to be more sleazy Nick in a sense. You know, not kissing any dudes when I'm doing that when I'm ringing announcing, but
Yeah, but you get your forward personality out.
yeah,
The one that people identify more with you. That you're different in wrestling than
right,
you are outside because you're more assertive. You get in the ring, you do things, you talk to people, and if you want to name your personalities, that's one thing that's worked for
yeah,
you. Uh, I don't
sleazy
really
and
name
stable Nick.
mine because mine I have far too many of them.
You got the
But
Elvis going on right there. I
yeah,
see.
yeah, I got a nice new haircut. I'm working on some stuff. I try to like give this podcast this. Well, this is not really a podcast. It'll be released as a podcast later, but this is more of a talk show. I want to give it a feel, that makes
Yeah,
people relax and enjoy them.
absolutely.
And I've done stuff in wigs before, and people are like, "Oh," they get all serious about something. It's like it's a fat guy sitting in a wig in his basement talking about wrestling. How can you take that too seriously? So
The world.
but wrestling is so different. Okay, this is one thing I keep running into.
Oh,
The
what's that?
wrestling business has a very defined rule book.
Oh yeah.
It's huge. It's like the New Testament and the Old Testament, everything put together on fine print. Nobody has it,
Right.
and you don't find out about it till you violate something, and you step on
Yep.
a toe, and then all of a sudden everybody's like quoting off all these rules. I've never heard of this stuff before.
Yeah, you don't want to cross the line of the rules, and knock on wood. So far, I hadn't crossed any, but one is just etiquette. When you're backstage, whether you like someone or not, you're always gonna shake their hand.
Mhm.
Say something to them, say hi. I posted a while back about my two mortal enemies, Paul Lee and Cameron Cade, and even if I'm on the show with them, I'm had to be professional. I had to shake their hand.
Yeah, did you work? Have you worked with Paul Lee?
Thankfully, not yet.
Okay. Yeah,
Thankfully, not.
I followed a friend at Cameron Cade on Facebook, but the Paul Lee character, um,
Ugh,
I have to agree with your assessment of him.
ugh. The word garbage comes to mind, but like it needs to quit, get out the business, stop ruining it. Garbage. And I will say, since this is shoots fired, and
Yes.
I'm sometimes Pistol Nick, I feel bad for Rocket City Championship Wrestling for thinking they had to rely on someone like that when you have an already talented roster that comes in and you have him come in, and I think he's their world champ.
Mhm.
So I'm like, come on. I really want to know, has it popped any numbers? Has it made their attendance swell in the last few months since he's been there? Because
Just bringing him in.
I see no value in that man whatsoever. He's
Mm.
like, it's kind of like a cancer to the business, I want to say.
Oh, that's a pretty good shoot right there. Because I mean, yeah, uh, I've seen him work. Okay,
Ugh,
and
I'm sorry you had to see that.
as somebody who has never been inside a ring in his life, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. But the general reputation he has outside the ring is what I keep hearing about.
Oh yeah, he's usually Scenic doesn't curse, so let me be a little bit more sleazy and Pistol Nick all at once. When I say that he's a piece of shit,
Ooh,
his work rate is shit. His personality is shit. He is just absolute shit.
I don't know. That's some shoots right there. This is why this is such a wonderful, good show. And I'm not going to cut this out. I'm not going to cut any of this
Don't.
out because this is great.
No
So,
edit.
um, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because you got right down into the nitty gritty on that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
But let's talk about who do you really like to see
Ooh.
on a card? Who's the person, if you see them on a card, you're going to go out of your way to get there?
Oh, if I see, you mean just like being a fan or a
As a
worker? Or
fan or a worker or anything else?
Brad Cash.
Brad Cash?
Love Brad Cash.
He was on the NRG
Really.
last night.
Oh yeah. I hate that I missed it. I heard he really gave us all his
Yeah,
match.
buy it on the Fight Network. That's what I
Oh,
did.
definitely.
I got in late. I got in halfway through the show, but I bought
Right.
it on the Fight Network, and I started the show up. And later, I went back and watched the first half that I missed. Great show,
Oh,
great show.
awesome. I like hearing it because they put so much into their Fright Night shows. I was at the last one last year. That the four-way ladder match, lynch mob, team tag, all that. It was amazing. Um, but yeah, if I see Brad Cash in a car, I immediately say, okay, I want to work there.
Hmm.
Cause for one, when Brad Cash is working a show, I know immediately it's not a crap show.
Uh huh.
Cause he's not gonna do that. Um, he believes in his craft. Awesome person in the ring and out. And if any opportunity I get to work with him, I'm like, okay, I got to do it. Or if as a fan, just sit in the audience, I want to see him work because people label him as a death match wrestler, which yeah, he does death matches, but he's a wrestler. He can really work. He had a phenomenal match against Slim J a little while back, and he can work. And I think he doesn't get the credit he deserves in that regard.
Well, I can see that the whole death match. Once you get that stigma on you, it's kind of hard to shake it off sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I can see that. I've seen guys that just couldn't get out from under that. But you spoke about Slim J. He's another one of my favorites.
Yes, I'm so happy. Well, for one thing, getting in this business when I finally got to meet him after seeing him back when I was a teenager on Wild Side. Not to make him sound old because we're about the same age, him and I, but I was like, wow, I saw you against Iceberg once. It was like, man,
Mm-hmm.
and nice, humble guy. And that's why I like the humble ones that not only they're talented, but they're humble. They're not arrogant about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, he's another guy, Brad Cash, Slim J. Who else? Effie.
Everybody
Anytime
says good
Effie.
thing about him. I have never gotten to
Yes.
see him.
Oh, you
Uh,
got
I
to.
always miss him because it's like he's on a show and I can't get there, or
Um,
it's just like ships passing the night. I'll get to see him. I really would like to go to see him at Fest.
oh yeah,
Um,
I want to go to Fest so bad.
yeah, Leva Bates, who I
Oh,
had on, and who's someone I think the world of,
like,
says that Effie is the guy.
oh yeah,
Super cool.
and
Just get,
it's just he's one of those guys that is not. He embraces who he is. He's happy. He's living the best life possible. You can just see it all written over his face, and even in his in-ring performance, little subtle nuances he does just to perfection. Love
that
Effie.
that reminds me, and I had this laying on the counter.
Oh, nice.
Charles Strong.
Yes.
Charles is one of the first people to book Effie in Georgia that I know of.
Oh yeah, him and I, we both went back and forth, and I said we got to get Effie and Monroe. We got to do it. I don't care what the fans are; they'll learn to love him, and they did.
And Charles is the guy that wanted to book an all women show
Yep.
in Georgia. I mean, tonight's the night while we're recording this. The Evolution pay per view is going to be coming on shortly.
Oh yeah.
But Charles saw that coming,
Hmm.
and man, I can't
I,
get over what an impact he made on the wrestling business around here.
and it's for months, I'm just now kind of getting a little more really impacted me because he was the first guy to give me a chance in his business. The first guy to let me work with him and value my opinion when it came to booking. Who to bring in. Working with him on that March 15th show, the Ides of March, the last
Yeah,
Thursday
I
show.
really hate I missed that show.
That was incredible. He let me run with the ball. There are a few things that are changed, at the day of the show, but otherwise, I'm proud of that show. I wish we had it like on DVD or something,
Mm, mm.
or like on like
Did
high
he?
spots
Did
or
Vance put
something.
it on his YouTube? Did Vance record it for the YouTube channel?
I don't know. I think he did. I
Okay.
think so. I recorded a few matches while I was there. Effie ate my Girl Scout cookies, by the way, ate them all. Um, you know, that show is amazing. You got Fred Yehi versus Darby Allen that tore
Yeah.
the house down. Then you had Odinson versus James Drake. That was hard hitting, real hoss fight. Drake, James Drake's another guy that I would love to be on the show with again. Love him to death. Just
He's a
real
he's a
positive good
he's
guy.
a tough Arn Anderson type character.
Yes,
You know,
he's
that's what I
new Agent Force for a reason.
yeah. That's what I get out of him. When I see him, I think, man, that's Arn Anderson incarnate right
Yes,
there.
and he hits hard. He's just everything he does, and that's one thing. And not to be too controversial, I guess, or to be controversial. I um I really wish that PWX pulled the trigger on him and gave him the title.
uh,
At least a short run, if anything. He's really earned it and he deserves it.
mm,
Yeah.
that's cool. I mean, he's such a. I mean, I've not really met him personally.
Yeah.
I know his partner Anthony Henry is also a hell of a worker.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
two guys that
Shout out to
are
him.
doing real good for themselves
Mhm.
in the wrestling business right now, and they're working with a lot of promotions that are getting more and more tied to the WWE these days.
Good. They both deserve it. They deserve to be national. Anthony Henry, James Drake, they should be national everywhere. I would love to see them hear about them getting a tour of Japan like Odinson,
Yeah,
who I'm also proud of. Odinson and Pero.
yeah,
Two great
those
guys.
are two great guys.
Mhm.
When Pero came out on the stage at the did you see the NWA 70th show?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay, Jim
I'm
Cornette,
so behind.
who is probably the oldest school person on the face of this earth, put Mike Pero over so hard, and Mike had the pride flag around his shoulders,
Nice.
and in Nashville, in the South, and came out and
Yeah,
did that, and everybody loved it.
I
He's
love
somebody
that.
I am so impressed with, both personally and in the ring too.
All right.
Getting a great deal with MLW. He made the NWA 70th show. That's the kind of people that make the business better.
Absolutely. And being backstage him in a New South show in Atlanta, he was this positive attitude, nice guy. I kind of somewhat got into shy Nick mode. I wouldn't really say more to him, but
Yeah.
shy Nick kicked in. But
Well, you know, he's a superstar.
oh yeah,
He's one of those guys that
absolutely.
in this generation of social media wrestling, basically that's
Mhm.
the only way I know to call it. He's
Yeah,
not on the WE shows, but he is so revered by everyone that deals with him. He's a
right,
superstar.
right, absolutely. And I'm so glad people like him, Odinson, Anthony Henry, James Drake, they're really getting their just due in this business. And just I just want the best for them, all of them. Um, the Lynch Mob as well, great
Lynch
guys.
Mob, I've not met them, but I've seen them work several
Oh,
times, and they're very impressive.
oh yeah,
They're always all in, hard ass working, going for broke at every match I've seen them in, and that's really cool.
absolutely.
So,
And
what do
it's
you
rare to have
watch?
them. But
What
I
do you
watch,
watch when you watch wrestling? Now, if you were to sit down at home
right,
over the course of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you were going to pick a wrestling TV show, what would you watch?
Impact.
Impact.
They've really improved the product a great deal this year. Kind of gives me a few vibes of that late '97 WWF. Is
Yes.
that kind of like creative and kind of wow? Okay, I didn't really see that coming.
A little touch of
Kind of
Russo,
edge
Russo spice. Say
a
what you
little
want to
bit.
about Russo, but Russo did some really good shows.
Oh yeah,
You
I'm
know,
not. And that's the thing. People give him so much hate, and I get it. He overbooked a ton.
yeah,
And even looking back on some stuff and the attitude there, I'm like, really, what? Why did that happen again? And why did I think it was cool then? But uh,
yeah. But we did.
it's
We loved
yeah,
it. You
yeah.
know,
That's
uh,
all everyone thought about at school.
Impact is a great promotion to watch. I really like it. I'm sad to say that I don't like the outlook for their future, especially with them losing that time slot.
Yeah,
Uh,
that
I,
sucks.
the best thing that possibly happened to them is WE picks them up and puts them on the network. They'd get more viewership on the network running like an NXT type show.
That's true. I would the only thing I would hate about it because growing up, you know, I really I was really spoiled growing up in a sense because we had so much variety. Like you had NWA or WCW, you had all these different promotions. You even had Smoky Mountain sometimes I can
Yeah.
catch in Georgia on there. Um, I forgot the man and woman used to do
Oh
the wrestling
yes,
shows all day
Joe
long.
Pedicino and Bonnie Blackwell.
Yes, and I would just sit home watch that all day, and people don't really have anything like that anymore. And
No. Mm.
when WCW went out of business, ECW, that really, as a fan, that hurt me,
Yeah,
and it hurt the business a great deal. And
competition makes everything stronger.
right. And I love seeing different play. Okay, I can watch this guy in this show, or I could watch Ring of Honor,
Mhm.
or I like having those options. And when I have everything under a WWE umbrella, it's kind of like it's not so much their own entity anymore, like their influences in it. I know it sounds weird, but
I know exactly what you're saying. Now, if you were to be able to book a show from any of those promotions, who would be the first person you would reach out to?
ooh, first person, ooh, Eli Drake.
Eli Drake, a hell of a talker.
Oh yeah.
Hell of a talker.
Um,
He was at WrestleCade, and he'll be again. I think he's at WrestleCade again this year, and he's somebody I like to see live. Hell of a talker, hell of a worker
oh
too.
yeah. He gets the gimmick. He knows what to do. He knows how to kind of go with the audience. Um, just one of those people you want to invest in, and you can get a huge return on your investment by investing
Yes.
in them.
Mhm.
Um, who else would I like to get? People give him a lot of crap, and I know he has. Now people are kind of lining up on him because his battle he's got going on. But I would really like to book Roman Reigns in something. I,
Yeah.
he's an undeniable talent, and people feel like he's pushed down the throat and all this, and he didn't ask for that.
No, but they picked to
But
push
he's
him
good.
because he's
Right,
that good. I mean, he
right,
has every single tool you could possibly need except for the mic.
yeah.
That's his weakest spot. But you could
Oh, yeah.
write good stuff for him if you wanted to.
And sometimes, unfortunately, people write some crappy things for him. Like he said something, I think, quoting Sylvester once, from the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm like, the kids even know what that is anymore. And I'm like, I feel old just saying I know who Sylvester is. But
I get exactly what you're saying.
it's like you gotta write for the modern audience without you know kind of being in tune with what they like,
Hmm.
and speaking to them. It's the same way I was on the show, and this time I won't shoot with saying names, but I'll just say that I was ring announcing, and they're telling me, "Hey, do it like this guy and stuff like he does it. Do this like this." I said, "I'm not a middle aged white man. I'm." Cause that's the age of the ring announcer. I'm like, I'm not a middle aged white man. I'm mixed youth, but I identify as black. I'll do it this way. And like I hear what you're saying, but
Well, I mean, yeah, you have to work with what you're working with. You can't
right,
especially change talent that much.
right.
Now, are there you got any new talent showing up at One Fall lately? Y'all seem to be getting a lot of new students, a lot of great
Oh,
students too.
oh yeah. We have as far as new talent, we're still keeping them kind of in the working phase. We're working them to the shows,
Uh-huh.
but really Stephen Ashmore is really stepping up, working hard. He's a guy I think is going to do some great things. Um, Jackson Castle, who's been on our shows, did a tour of Japan recently, was in a tournament, came on a losing end, but might have a second chance coming up on November 16th because as
Hmm.
general manager, I like to give another chance. Um, he's another phenomenal talent. Great guy. Build is great. Knows how to conduct business, knows how to handle himself. True professional. And when I message him about an opportunity, he knows how to get back to me,
Like
which is very
here's
vital.
money, here's a job, and here's money.
Right.
Respond. You know,
Exactly.
when we get off air, I'll ask you a few more behind the scenes questions
Oh, I got you.
because there's some stuff I want to follow up on.
Oh, different.
Just because I like the gossip. Um, but yeah, I really like everything they've done there. Um, I really like seeing when the show that Glacier came out on, I popped so
Oh,
hard. It
yeah.
wasn't even funny because I mean, it was like watching WCW again.
Same here. I'm just like, man, I even told him back there, I said, wow, I hate to say this to you, but I have to say it. I was in my heart, I was chanting blood runs cold and all that stuff. Like, this is awesome.
That was a show. That was a show. Punishment was that, wasn't it?
Yes.
And I didn't
Nice guy.
Ernest Miller, and I didn't really get a chance to do it because, like I said, I wasn't feeling well, and the kids were just nagging at
Yeah.
me. So I was like, I'm getting out of here. I can't stay late.
It was a
So
little hot too in there, by the way.
yeah, I had ate something weird, and the heat,
Oh.
eating something weird had it didn't agree with me. So I was like,
Mm.
I got to get out of here before the show ends. And I love to stay till the show ends and hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
That just
wasn't
wasn't
happening.
working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happens sometimes. Y'all got a great potential there. That's on a great
Thank
location, and the opportunities the Chip Smith Performance Center offers.
Yes. So many athletes been trained there. Brian Urlacher. Just list the names go on and on. Truly made for like that performing that training aspect, because we don't just do arm bars and all that stuff. We actually physically train. And got a world class trainer and Ian Childress. He puts everyone to work, makes sure, okay, you're doing this, and even still having that positive energy, checking on people. Okay, I don't like you're not lifting this the right way. Let me kind of show you again. Stuff like that. Nothing negative or nasty, which is sometimes rare.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not Facebook friends with Chuck, but I see some of his reposts, and he seems like he's got to be one of the most positive people on
Oh,
earth.
absolutely.
I mean, the whole thing he's doing with that homeless guy,
yes,
it's so cool.
I love that. And you don't see that often. You'll just see it usually like around Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm like, people have problems every day beyond Thanksgiving and Christmas. Reach out, uplift one another beyond that.
Yes.
Don't let this be 1 or 2 times a year.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's doing that. I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. I'm blown away.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to wrap up tonight's episode, but stay on the line because I want to ask you a couple questions.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, folks, I'm glad you joined us. See Nick. Tell me where they can see you.
Ooh, well, you can see Nick, aka Sleazy Nick, aka the only product sponsor man in professional wrestling. You will see me November 3rd, this Saturday, McMinnville, Tennessee, managing the one and only Nick Tramer, who you will be knowing all about very soon, against a little drizzle or Hurricane Shane Helms, but not a threat on our quest to the title. Then from there, you're going to see me on the 16th doing my GM things at One Fall Wrestling. Pick up tickets on eventbrite.com for that event, or follow us on Facebook, social media. And I just might make an appearance at Kapow on November 24th. They have an amazing show featuring young talent. I think Brad Cash should be there for that show as well. They have one coming up on November 3rd as well. So y'all go to that one too. Who else I have? I think that's it for November. December, I'm booked. I have Total Aggression Pro. I'm going to be ring announcing there. I'm not going to be a heel manager this time. No more super kicks for me. My bump card is filled. Total Aggression Pro December 21st is going to be a great event. I'll be at our next One Fall show in December. I believe that is December 14th. Also, I have a special exclusive to drop.
Yes.
I will be managing a talent. I can't say who yet, but I'll be managing a talent in Indiana for Pro Wrestling Freedom PWF.
In Indiana?
Yep.
Wow, you're getting around.
Yeah. Hey, Sleazy always gets around. But oh, I forgot. November 11th, tribute benefit show for Cyrus, Monster Cyrus, Georgia Premier Wrestling. I want everyone to be there. Show your love for him. I will be managing GB1C.
Yes.
Or should I say GB1 Sleaze? Because we're bringing our powers together.
Okay.
And I will not get super kicked this time. Tyler promised me, there's no Chris Nelms involved, so no super kicks for me. And been great kind of working with Woody. We're getting some of the talent on the show that's going to be a great experience, and I encourage everyone to be there. It's going to be in LJ, Georgia, on November 11th, Sunday. So please
Awesome.
be there.
Awesome. Cool. I'm so glad to see you doing so well. I'm so glad
Well,
to see
thank
you
you.
getting all these opportunities. You're always there. You're always, you never know what show you're. If I go to a show and I see you there, I'm not surprised. If I go to a show and I don't see you there, I'm surprised because you get out everything you can. Thank you,
Got
sir, for
you.
coming on today.
No, thank you. And hey, shout out to you. In that top 60, number 21
Yeah, yeah, I was real proud.
podcast.
I was real proud about that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Good night, folks.